Hey, it's the gardening mom. I had a question come in about how do you plant potatoes? Do you just cut them and stick them in the ground? Oh, hold on, I'll show you.
All right, so you can get potatoes from the store. They're not as likely to sprout. You might get some, who knows, but often they've been sterilized. So these actually came from Hungry Root. They're organic. Oh, actually these too. So I let this just sit out for a while. It's kind of squishy, but you can see there's an eye coming off of it. It's starting to sprout. Perfect. All right, and these are purple potatoes. They're not sprouty yet, but we're gonna do them anyway. And you can see there's still eyes here. So it's important to cut around those eyes. And you wanna make sure that, like if you have a tiny potato, like that size, you can just go ahead and plant it. But if you have larger potatoes, you wanna cut them so you can get multiple plants out of it. And just make sure that every piece of the potato that you're gonna plant has an eye. Look at that, isn't it gorgeous? I hope they grow. Eyes on this, eyes on that. I have eyes on. And this one's gonna be really squishy. Don't think there's an eye on that, but we'll try it. Okay, and then here's the thing, is you gotta, once you cut them, it's best to let them sit out for a few days. The reason is if it's really wet, right? And if you plant that, it's very likely that your potatoes are gonna get moldy and they won't grow, they'll just be like this blah thing of mold, like a really totally soggy. So if you leave them out, I leave it cut side up, and I'm gonna leave it for 2 or 3 days. They're gonna start to get kind of shriveled up a little bit, and then it's gonna be perfect timing for planting them. And you can plant them either directly in a bed or you can do container gardening. Best to get a food grade bucket. I've seen people do it in all kinds of buckets though. I don't know how important that is, but yeah, so you can plant it in soil, you can plant it in a burlap bag, you can plant it right in the ground. Any of those ways, you're gonna end up with awesome potatoes. There you go.
All right, so depending on where you are, it may or may not be time to plant potatoes. I'm in zone 7, so we've got a little bit of time. They'll be small, but they'll be amazing. And you can always just remember to do this next spring if you decide to plant potatoes then.